Talk about online learning for a second because it has been brought up, and your minister Norma Foley, I don't know, does she care about this? But they didn't probably think about it as they should have probably thought about this before they decided everything. Like everything, they just kind of messed everything up because again they don't take if anything in this country, in this government. But yeah, in some parts of Cavan, even Monaghan, and every part of the country, maybe except Dublin, the big cities, students find it hard to get Wi-Fi. I know a student that has to actually sit on his foot porch, in the cold, because he can only get a proper signal to be on in an online class, because it doesn't work inside. It's not as strong the Wi-Fi as it would be, if you sit in this foot porch, and obviously that's upsetting. It just goes to show you that we're not in the best state for broadband in this country. It just shows. It really does show that it's not really. It should, like, the national broadband plan is working to a certain degree. It's been rolled out in Cavan, particularly. It's been very stepped up in Cavan, which is in fairness. But in Monaghan, for example, it's very bad in some parts of Monaghan. But yeah, it's a shame. And just to say, I know there's one student asked me about computers from home, getting a computer home because they use their phone. That's totally fine. I checked with their school. They have a spare computer, they give it to them, so that's good. But just to say, all schools should have computers, laptops. At some stage, and even if not, then you're entitled to ask the state to get you one, to provide you with one. And I'm sure your parent, you can even claim of internet uses of the state, if necessary, if you want to, because it's free education. At the end of the day, it's not your fault. It's the government again. It's the government who are ordering people to stay at home and everything. So don't be afraid to speak up and ask your local representatives to make sure you have a computer. Make sure you're well treated by the state. Because it's none of your fault. It's nobody's fault. This, so just saying that. So obviously that student got his laptop and everything, and I made sure of that. So don't be afraid to ask your school for a laptop or anything like that. Because education is important, but at the same time you mind yourself is important too. So make sure you mind the two of them at the same time. But yeah, online learning, the internet in some places is terrible. I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have decent speed internet and everything. But yeah, they didn't take this out, did they? And they didn't really think of that. I don't think they ever thought about that. But yeah, it's really really upsetting. That students have to sit in the cold, and some people have to. Some people don't even have the internet at all and can't load at all, which is upsetting. But obviously there is supports in place for, as I said, no computer or things like that. So don't be afraid to ask. But in regards to bad broadband, I don't know what would be able to do. It's very hard to know. You probably have to nearly write the stuff out and things like that. But I know in some parts of Monaghan it's terrible. So I'll just say work with your local representatives. And if you want me to get in touch, because again, it's particularly is air, which is what I'm finding. Because again, I know a few people are northern sound about it, and particularly air seems to be pretty bad. Wherever any part of the country seems to be bad, apart from the cities and big towns and things like that. But yeah, we wait and see. We wait and see what happens. Maybe they might do something, but I'm very not likely Norma Foley's going to care to do anything about it. She's too busy going off at school so safe. Like, that's the only thing that comes out of her mouth. Nothing else. Nothing anything else. Nothing sensible comes anything else out of her mouth. But anyway, take care everybody and bye.